Hello and welcome everyone, myself Vishal, and in today's video we will try to solve a very interesting problem which is Jefferson stones. In this video I will tell you that how you can solve this problem and how you can approach to solve this problem in a very smaller time complexity, and I can bet you your solution can beat 100% of Java solutions, approximately 100% of Java solutions which are already present. The problem is we have been given two strings. The first string is J and second string is S, and in the string J we have collection of jewels, and in string S we have collection of jewels as well as stones. What I am trying to say, that suppose the string is given as J equals to small a capital A. Let me zoom the screen first. After that you will be able to understand it better. Okay, now I have zoomed the screen. Okay, so see, this is the collection of jewels. It means that all the character which is present in this string is a jewel. Whenever we will encounter A in this string, we can consider that as a jewel. Also, whenever we will encounter a capital A, that can also be considered as a jewel, and we have to count total number of jewels present in this string. This string is basically collection of jewels and stones. So let's count. Here small a and capital A are jewels. So in S string, let's count. Firstly small a, which is a jewel, so count equals to 1. Now capital A, which is also a jewel, so count equals to 2. Now third is capital A, that is also a jewel, and the count is 3. After that we have B, which is not present in this string. After that we have one more B which is also not present in this string, and then two B's which are also not present in this string. So basically we understood that what is this problem, and now I will tell you how we can solve it. So in my solution I will firstly create a table which is also called as lookup table, and by creating this lookup table we can solve this problem very easily. So why I am going to create one lookup table, let's understand. So we have total characters like A to Z and small a to small z. So firstly I will check in the in string J that which characters are jewel. Okay, so for this we will create a boolean array of all the characters, and after that whichever characters will be jewel we will mark them as true. Okay, so let's do it. So here, so firstly I am going to create a boolean array, boolean ch, okay, equals to new boolean. Here I am writing 128, you can also write 122. Why 128 or 122? Actually I am trying to create an array from index 0 to 127. Why? Because from 0 to 127 all the characters, all the alphanumeric characters or all the special characters have been covered. Means ASCII value of all the alphanumeric characters and the special characters lies between 0 to 127. Means basically this A to Z and small a to small z lies within the range of 0 to 127. Also the capital A to capital Z lies between 65 to 90, and capital A, small a to small z lies between 97 to 122. So basically we are going to use this part of array, means 65 to 90 and 97 to 122. But as we cannot start indexing from 65th index, I have started the indexing from 0th index. Okay, so for this reason I have chosen the value 128. You can also write 122 because the last character we are going to use is small z, and the ASCII value for that character is basically 122. So you can also use that. And now what we will try to do, we will mark the value of boolean to true for each character which is present in J. Okay, so for int I equals to 0, I less than j dot length I plus plus. Okay, Now what we will write here, ch of, firstly we have to find the index where we have to mark it as true. For example, for character 65, for character A, the value will be, here is the array, here is the boolean array, and its name is ch. Okay, let's decrease the font size, it is too large. Okay, the its name is ch. Okay, so for the value A, the index will represent the ASCII value, equivalent ASCII value of that character. So ASCII value of capital A, which is 65. So let's write here okay. So for example, we want to tell that the value A is present in J, so we have to go to that index and mark that value as true. So that is what I am going to do here. So now we require the ASCII value of each character present at each index of string J. How we can do that? We can use an inbuilt function which is code point at. Okay, so what this function does, let me explain you in short. So the function basically goes to an index I. After that it gets the character, it gets the Unicode character present at that index, and after that it converts that character in its equivalent ASCII value and then returns. So using this code we are going to get the particular ASCII value present at each index. For example, here we can see if our J string is like this, A and capital A. So for small a it will return 97, and for capital A it will return 122. Okay, so we are using this, and after that we are assigning that value as true. So now what we will do, we will iterate through the through second string s, and whatever at whatever index the value will be true, we will count that particular character. Means basically what we are doing, let's see here, we have created a lookup table for the characters present in J. Now we will iterate through S. Suppose S contains A, V, something like this. Okay, let me give you a small example, you will understand better. So suppose we have A here. Okay, so for capital A, the equivalent ASCII value will be 65. Okay, so here we can see 65. Now we will check whether the value at this index is true or not. If it is true, we will count that character, and if it is not true, we will not count that character. Understood? So we are going to do the same for int I equals to 0, I less than s dot length I plus plus. Now we will look into the lookup table, and if it is true, then we will count. So firstly create a counter variable, int count equals to 0. Now if ch j dot code point at I, we will increase the counter, which is count plus plus, and at last we will return the count. So it will basically count the number of jewels present in an stone. Okay, return count. Now let's run this code and see whether it passes or not. So it took little bit time because my internet connection was slow, and I got a runtime error. Let's see why we are getting this runtime error. So yes, here I have written j dot code point at, but here it will be s dot code point at, because we are iterating through s string, and we have to we are checking each character, ASCII value of each character of s. That's why here will be s dot code point at, and let's run this code now. So as we can see, it is finished and our answer and expected answer are similar. And let's submit this code and let's see whether it will be accepted or not. And now it is accepted. Now let's go into more details and let's see that how our algorithm, our code has performed. So our solution is better than 100% of Java submissions for this challenge. So let me tell you that what is the time complexity for this. Time complexity for this is basically this loop is running for m times if the length of this string is m, and this loop is running for n times if the length of this string is n. Then our total time complexity is big O of m plus n. So this was the best possible solution which we can have. So hope you like this video. If you like this video, please do like, comment, share and subscribe. If you have any doubts, please let me know in the comment section. Thank you.